Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Russell Dude YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Collection Corner, where, as you always know, I am showing off all of my stuff that I am adding to my collections of Funko Pops, wrestling figures, fucking Toy Story stuff. Anything is fair game. And I've had some pretty interesting stuff for you here today. We've actually got quite a stuff to get through. So before I get started, I want to remind you guys that throughout this video, if you see something that you really like, comment below and let me know, because I'm kind of interested to see, like from fellow collectors out there, people that are interested in getting into collecting, I'm interested to see what kind of stuff catches your eye. Who knows? Maybe there's something in here that convinces you to start collecting and spending a bunch of money on stuff that's just going to sit on a shelf for all of eternity. Anyways, let's get to the episode. Let's hop right into it. I'm going to start off with something very simple. It's a wrestling action figure. This is Bayley from the SummerSlam Basics. Apparently a very rare version of Bayley that has her arm twisted up. It's like a double jointed like arm. It's probably just how she was set in the packaging. But I was out at the store picking up some more paint for some projects that I'm working on, and I saw this on the shelf. I thought it was a very nice Bayley. I like the colors of her gear and stuff like that. And actually, honestly, they released a new Bayley action figure more recently of her Survivor Series attire. And honestly, I saw that one on the shelf and I saw this one. I like the facial scan on this one a lot better. I don't know if maybe you guys can see that, but I like the facial scan on this one a lot better, which is why I picked this up. So I'm going to pull this out. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull this out of the packaging. I'm going to, see this arm? I'm going to fix that arm. There we go. Now I can sleep at night. But yes, I'm going to fix that arm, and I'm going to pose her on my shelf with her SmackDown Women's Championship that I think is currently being held by my Alexa Bliss action figure over there. So yes, that's very cool. This means that I now have two of the four horsewomen of WWE. I have Becky Lynch and I now have Bayley. I don't know if I will ever get a Sasha Banks or Charlotte. Just not really big fans of those two, like, personally. I think they're two really great wrestlers. It's just that, like, they're heels, they work really good as heels. So, like, obviously it's kind of their job for me to hate them. So it just proves that they're doing a great job. But to be fair, I just haven't seen any figures of those two that have really caught my eye. And the Bayley action figure here looks really good, looks really nice. Like I said, I like the color scheme of, like, the baby blue with, like, gold, especially because this was, like, her SummerSlam attire, so it kind of makes me think, like, the ocean and sand and stuff like that. So I think it worked out really good, and I think they did a good job, like I said, with the facial scan and all this. And even as a heel, I still feel like Bayley works really well. Oh wow, this arm is like twisted all 6 ways to Sunday. Holy cow. Okay, well, I'm going to sit that down before I end up breaking her arm even more. But yes, that is a very good figure. Moving on, we're going to move on to another action figure here. It's another basic, another women's basic, but it is the Chase variant Scarlet that I picked up at Walmart. Again, I was just out and about looking around, and I ended up finding this. Now, I already have, this is actually my 4th Scarlet action figure. I have one that's sitting on my shelf, one that I'm pretty sure I showed before, either on Instagram or in a past video. Let me get it again. Hold on. It's a custom Scarlet that I did. I took it and I made her attire look like the Black Cat from Spider-Man, and I actually think I did a really good job with it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, I made her look like Black Cat from Spider-Man. But yeah, this is the Chase variant, so obviously she comes in a different attire. Something that I also noticed, her hair is different too. Like in the common, it's silver or white, and then on this, it's like yellow. I don't know why they chose that color, but yes, a very much different attire here compared to the other one. I don't know if I'll take this one out of the packaging. I don't know. We'll see, maybe. But yes, it does look very nice. It's got all the neat tattoos on the side here that obviously you can't see with the other one. But yeah, very cool to finally have the Chase. Again, Chases, very hard to come by. So, you see a Chase in the wild, you got to pick it up. So very glad to have that one, even though it is now my fourth Scarlet figure because I have the one that's sitting on my shelf, I have the Black Cat Custom, I have the Chase, and then I ordered back in I think August. I ordered another Scarlet because I was going to do a custom, but then I found that this Scarlet in the store, so I bought it then, and then I did this custom. So now I have this other Scarlet that's going to be on the way in February, or maybe by the time this video is out, I already have it. But yeah, so now I just have quite a few Scarlet Bordeaux action figures, so maybe I'll sell like one or two of them. Maybe I'll sell these customs. Who knows? People like custom figures. I'm kind of dipping my toe more and more into custom figures. You got my custom Tegan Knox right there on the shelf, which looks awesome, and I have some other ideas for other custom figures in the future. One of them, I guess I could tease it now, one of them is a Becky Lynch action figure with a Spider-Man themed outfit. So a little tease for you guys in the future there. Let's hop over to Funko Pops. This one is a nice one. You can already tell that it's nice because it's in a hidden box. But yes, I found this on Facebook Marketplace. I saw that it was nearby my house, so I decided to message the person, kind of got it set up right away for me to go and pick it up, and I went and got it. Now, this was a Funko Pop that was part of like a big, not big, but like a special promotion thing back in like 2020, and obviously during 2020 I wasn't working, so I kind of had to save my money, which is why there were very few and far between episodes of the collection corner. But now that I'm working again, obviously I have a lot more money, meaning the series is back. But yes, I wanted to get this Funko Pop back then, and it was part of a special like thing that you had to do with a certain type of soda. So I'm trying to get the reveal going here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We've got more cardboard. It's out of the box, but we've got more cardboard. And what could it be? It's Little Sweet coming out of the cardboard. Yeah, it's Little Sweet, the mascot for Dr. Pepper and all their exclusives. So like I said, back in 2020, Dr. Pepper did this like special promotional thing where like, what was it? You bought like 3 Dr. Peppers and you like get 3 different codes that are like written on the inside cap of the Dr. Peppers. You send those codes in, and then you get this mailed to you. And obviously, like I said, I was saving my money, so I didn't go out and just buy some Dr. Pepper to get a Funko Pop. But actually, I ended up, like I said, finding this on Facebook Marketplace, so I ended up buying it. Really great figure. I think it looks really nice. I'm a big fan of Dr. Pepper, specifically Diet Dr. Pepper. That's the one that my grandma's always drank a lot, so whenever I was over at their house, I would drink it. And you know, I'm a big fan of the Little Sweet commercials. They're just so stupid, and wacky. It's like they saw the Old Spice commercials and thought, you know what, we should do something like that with like a goofy character. So yeah, that's what Little Sweet goes to. I don't know where Little Sweet is going to go in my collection. There's a couple Funko Pops that I have that I'm not entirely sure where they're going to go in my collection. Like, I'm starting to grow like my music Funko Pop collection. So I have Freddie Mercury from Queen. I don't know where he'll go. Um, it's going to be an interesting thing figuring out where some of this stuff is going to go in the future. But Little Sweet is a nice Funko Pop to have. And as an added bonus to that thing, when I picked this Funko Pop up, in return, not only did I drop off the money on the person's front doorstep, I also dropped them off a bottle of Diet Dr. Pepper. And when I messaged them back on Facebook, I said, enjoy. And they messaged me back with a laughing emoji and said, thank you for the soda. Nice touch. So, yeah, I paid them and I even gave them a drink. So, you're welcome. Let's see. Let's stick with Funko Pops. This is an interesting one that I picked up a little while ago. This is the 2021 Fall Convention Funko Pop of Punchline. Now, I had no clue who Punchline was, but looking at her straight off, she kind of looks like, honestly, my first opinion of her was she kind of looks like the marionette or like the puppet from Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, that was my whole look for. And then she started having like carnival or like clownish looks. I was like, okay, maybe she's connected to the Joker. And obviously, you guys know Joker is my favorite all-time comic book character next to Batman. So I looked more into her. Apparently, she is someone that was like kidnapped by the Joker as part of like one of his big schemes. He like kidnapped a whole bunch of like school kids and like held them for ransom, had her as a child or like as a teenager read out like a ransom note or whatever, and after Batman saved them, she became obsessed with the Joker, so she became basically like his fangirl and basically worked her way up into working alongside the Joker. So she is basically like Harley Quinn 2.0, something like that, which is a very interesting backstory, and is honestly one that I'm surprised that DC Comics hadn't done uh, that much before. Now I know there's another like sidekick, female sidekick of the Joker named like the Joker's daughter or something like that. So hey, I mean, Joker might be insane, but apparently he has a way with getting women to fall in love with him, apparently, or be fascinated with him at least. But yeah, Punchline, a very interesting figure. Once again, I don't know where this is going to go because my DC Funko Pop shelf has very much been filled up, so I might have to move some stuff around, or dare I say, consider selling some of my Funko Pops. Who knows? I do have a lot of Harley Quinn Funko Pops, so who knows? Maybe I might sell off one or two of those. I bought like so many. I did an episode of this in the past, but I bought so many of the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn Funko Pops. I'm pretty sure that's where most of the space for that has gone to. But yeah, still a very great figure. I think it looks awesome. I'm excited to have it up on the shelf. Um, I'm wondering what to go with next. Let's actually go with this item. This is not a Funko Pop. This is not a wrestling action figure. This is not an action figure at all. This is just something that I wanted to collect because it has very sentimental value with me. This is a Disney on Ice Buzz Lightyear collector's cup. And the reason why I wanted to get this was because back when I was a little lad, I don't know why I said that, back when I was a kid, my family went to Disney on Ice for Toy Story, specifically around the time of like Toy Story 2, and they were selling these cups with like shaved ice in them, you know, like snow cones or whatever. And my mom bought me one. And unfortunately, a little while later, our house burnt down and we lost everything that was inside, including these cups, all of my toys and stuff like that, which is kind of what really that turning point was really what sent me down my path of like being an artist and drawing, because after my house burnt down and I lost all of my toys, what I did was I drew pictures of all of my toys that I had and I would like cut them out with scissors, and then those would be all of my toys. So from there I just kept drawing, recreating all the toys that I had, and from there my drawing skills just got better and better, and that's why I love drawing so much, is because it kind of connected me to some of my toys of the past that were destroyed. But yes, I was roaming around on eBay one day looking at different Toy Story memorabilia. I saw this pop up and I was like, oh my god, I remember that. I definitely need to get it. And it was a really good price. I don't remember them being this big. I think either maybe I just didn't remember the size as a kid, but I remember as a little kid, like, this kept being a lot smaller. When this arrived, I did not expect it to be this big. But it is a very nice cup, obviously a very nice mold of Buzz Lightyear's face. The handle is his, like, wings, like the edge of his wings, which is very nice. And then, yeah, obviously it can hold quite a bit of candy or shaved ice or anything. But yes, it's a very nice sentimental piece. Like I said, it reminds me of my childhood and makes me think back to obviously losing all of my toys in that house fire. But it also reminds me that in that house fire, I kind of gained my artistic ability and kind of sent me down a path of creativity. So, in a small way, I'm kind of grateful for. It's weird to say, but in a small way, I'm kind of grateful for that house fire. But yeah, it's a very nice cup, which will definitely go on my Toy Story shelf somewhere. Again, I'm running out of space. I don't know where to put all this stuff. Um, let's see. Let's jump back to Batman for a second, and I've got this, which is pretty awesome. This is the Batman Arkham Knight action figure of Scarecrow, obviously from the video game Batman the Arkham Knight. This is my downright favorite version of Scarecrow out of any iteration. And I think I talked about this back because I have the Funko Pop version of this, but when I saw this actual action figure online, I think it looks awesome. There's like the really small version of it, but it doesn't have as much detail as this does. And I got this for a really great price, especially for it being mint condition and all that stuff. And I don't think they make these action figures anymore. These are like the DC multiverse figures that I buy, but there was a specific line to Arkham Knight. So they had Batman, the Arkham Knight, Scarecrow, and Harley Quinn, which I might be on the lookout for that Harley Quinn, because that version of Harley Quinn from the games, like, that outfit is just mwah. I mean, some people might prefer Arkham City, but honestly, this has the best of all worlds. But yeah, I love this version of Scarecrow specifically just because, as far as I remember, it's the only version of Scarecrow that is really like substantially won. Like, Scarecrow gets to unmask Batman like at the end of this. Like, I can't remember any other version of Scarecrow that got to do that. Like, that's awesome. And also, like, the voice acting for it was so great. I love the voice actor that they got for this. So awesome. The facial design of it being like his face like ripped up, and like that literal like fabric around is his face. The whited out eyes looks very scary. He's got like all these knee braces and stuff, and like his claw right here that has like the syringes with the fear toxin in it. It looks so cool. And then it comes with like this bonus like mask on the side, which I think belongs to, in the game at least, I think it belongs to like one of his thugs. Like, I think they run around with this mask on, so that's a nice little feature. But it does look very nice. It's definitely going to go on my comic books shelf next to my Batman Arkham Knight DC Multiverse figure and all the other DC stuff that I have. Again, just a very great figure and a great version of Scarecrow, I believe. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of that version of Scarecrow, and who is your favorite version of Scarecrow? Boy, like I said, we got a lot of stuff, and I think we've only made it about halfway through. Let's hop back to wrestling. Obviously, you could probably see his face right here, but I grabbed the Austin Theory Elite Series 91. Kind of trying to complete the whole The Way family. So I have Johnny Gargano, I have Candice LeRae, I now have Austin Theory, and I also have Dexter Lumis. Technically, he's part of the family because he married into it. But yes, I have Austin Theory now. Now all we need is an Indy Hartwell figure. The only complaint really that I have about this figure is that it seems like the head is way too big. Like, and a lot of people kind of agree with this. Like, for some reason they made his head really, really big, and obviously, like, his head has like a very big neck. But obviously on the figure you can tell it's not really that big of a neck. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because like the collar of his, well, no, it can't even be the collar because even here on the picture, whatever. It's still a nice figure. Again, I just hate the packaging on these new WWE Elites. I really hope they change it back, or change it to something similar to the old like red and white packaging that they had before, because this is just too much going on for me, honestly. But it's still very nice figure. I actually ordered some custom The Way like t-shirts, like custom action figure t-shirts. Hold on a second. There we go. So yeah, on my Johnny Gargano action figure, he has a custom The Way t-shirt. I have like 4 of them ordered. So once I take Austin Theory out of the packaging, I'll put his on, and then whenever they release an Indy Hartwell, I'll put one on her, and then we'll do a nice little family photo whenever that happens. So watch this space. Anyways, okay. Holy cow. If you guys have been missing, like, me getting Funko Pops, boy howdy is this the episode for you, because we've got quite a few Funko Pops here. But before we get to the Funko Pops, I have something very, very special. Actually, it's kind of a world premiere type of thing. I have bought a Youtooz, and this is the well, technically, I'll say this is the second time that I've bought a Youtooz, but it's the first Youtooz that you guys are seeing as part of this series, if that kind of makes sense. I pre-ordered a Youtooz a while back. It still hasn't arrived yet, but after I pre-ordered that one, and after I bought this Dahi de Nogla Eye Popper, I saw this on eBay, and I decided to get it as well. So this is the Youtooz of Wildcat. And obviously, for those of you who know the Vanoss crew, you know Wildcat is a very funny guy. My favorite YouTubers from that entire group are Terrorizer, Nogla, and Wildcat. I just love the interplay between all of them. It's very funny stuff. I saw this on, I believe, Mercari for a very good price, so I ended up picking that up. It's just a nice little vinyl figure. You know, the same as a Funko Pop, kind of the same layout on the box and everything like that. Very nice design of the box and everything. And yeah, oh, I didn't even see that background. Oh my god! And the background art is of Wildcat and Vanoss in a van running over somebody. So that's very nice. So yeah, I will have this displayed next to my Nogla. And then, yeah, like I said, I had another Youtooz pre-ordered, which I guess I kind of spoiled it a little bit ago when I talked about who my favorite YouTubers from this group are. But it's the Terrorizer Youtooz that got announced a while back. I pre-ordered that one. It's supposed to be arriving sometime soon. So once I have that, I'll have my 3 favorite YouTubers from that group all represented right here, right above my Alpha Beta's character alien that I made out of clay. So that'll be very nice. But yes, that is the second Youtooz that I ever bought. The first Youtooz that I ever bought was the Terrorizer one. So just want to make that point clear. Terrorizer was first. I don't think it really that matters that much. Here's a small thing. Speaking of this YouTube group, they played this game a lot, or at least a version of this game. It's Uno. You know, they played Uno a lot, but this is a special version of Uno. It's Uno all wild, so it is literally just all wilds cards. They tweeted about this, and I thought that was such a crazy way to play the game. But I saw it at the store, and I figured I'd pick it up. So I'll definitely be playing that at some point with some of my family members. So we'll see how toxic we can get with that. I honestly don't know really how that game is going to go, so we'll see. I don't know what I should do next. Let's see. Done a couple action figures, done a couple Funko Pops. Let's see. We'll do a couple more Funko Pops since kind of the Funko Pop action figure ratio is kind of low. We'll go with this one, which you guys could probably already see a little bit. I picked up the Black Cat Target exclusive, second appearance of a Black Cat thing in this episode next to our custom, which, hey, now you can see even more examples of how good I did on the custom. So, hey, if you guys needed some side-by-side comparisons, it is a very nice Black Cat. Obviously, Black Cat, a very prominent character in the Spider-Man lore, and especially in the classic Spider-Man series, which is what this Funko Pop is based off of. But yeah, very nice one. Very good artwork. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to ever find this, but when I went to Target, it's actually the same place I picked up this. When I went to the Target, there was like 15 of them. I forgot to take a picture, but yeah, there was like 15 of these. So I looked at it, I was like, oh, maybe it won't be that hard. So I picked up one for myself, and it is a very nice Funko Pop. I love the interplay between Black Cat and Spider-Man, and a lot of the iterations. And also, while I was out at the store, I picked this up at Walmart, but this is the con exclusive Boba Fett with him in I feel bad because I'm not that super big of a fan of Star Wars, so I don't remember, but it's in his outfit of one of the sand people or whatever from The Mandalorian. I picked this up. I'll be truthful about this. I'm probably going to end up reselling this, but the way that I resell it is I don't like jack up the price a whole bunch. I maybe might post it for maybe like $5 extra, but really what I'm just trying to do is trying to make sure that this gets to the people that actually really want it, rather than a scalper buying it and them jacking up the prices a bunch and charging people like a fortune for something that other people would really, really want in their collection. So that probably won't stay in the collection for long. But still a very nice figure, very cool. I've seen a couple different Boba Fett figures, and I've always contemplated whether or not I'm going to pick one up, but like I said, not really that big of a Star Wars fan, so I don't know. I would like to get a General Grievous Funko Pop. I was always a big fan of General Grievous, just like his whole robotic look. He's got 4 arms, can hold 4 lightsabers. I always liked his look. Very cool. But yeah, that is a very nice one as well. Well, we've done a couple Funko Pops. Let's hop back to action figures for a second and hop back to Batman figures again. This is from the Killing Joke, or this is from the Three Jokers line, but is the comedian from the Killing Joke, and this is obviously, like I said, from the Three Jokers storyline. Funny story about this, I actually have pre-ordered the other 2 Three Jokers from this line. I have them pre-ordered at GameStop, and unfortunately the pre-orders keep getting delayed from getting to the stores. For some reason, we couldn't find this one in the system when I tried to, because I tried to pre-order all three of them together, but for some reason we couldn't find this in the system, so I never got to pre-order it from GameStop. What I did instead was, while I was waiting for the other two to arrive, I found this one online on the secondary market. So I bought this one, and I was wondering, like, what's going to get here first, this or the other two pre-orders, and it ended up obviously being this. So a very nice first one. I like the look of this, especially how they did the eyes with like the shadow underneath it, because that's kind of how it looks in the Killing Joke comic book when he has the camera and he goes like, here's to crime, and that's kind of how like the eyes look. So it's a very nice figure. I have been seeing some people comment on like the leg right here. Sometimes when you take it out of the packaging, it's a little bit bent, so you kind of need to run it under some warm water and like re-bend it back into place. I'm interested to see if that's what I have to deal with here, but I'm glad that I got this figure. I'm excited for when the other two Jokers get here, and I can put them on my shelf, and I can have a lot more Jokers than I know what to do with. So yeah, very nice to finally have that one in the collection. Let me see. I'm curious. I have two pairs here. I have two pairs of Funko Pops that I'm not sure what to do with. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, hold on a second. I actually have a couple more things sitting here on the floor, more sentimental stuff. We'll start off, I guess, with these two things together. Now, a while back, I saw this old picture of myself as a little kid holding a book, and there was a toy dinosaur sitting behind me, and this was from like 2004. So I went on a hunt to find the book and the dinosaur action figure. So I ended up finding them. It was pretty awesome. All these years later, obviously the book was easy to find on Amazon, but yeah, the dinosaur was a hell of a lot harder to find. But I noticed some of the details from the picture. It had these like scratches on its back, and I remember it was a Jurassic Park brand. This is like Jurassic Park 3 branded T-Rex, and like he talks, his mouth opens up. So yeah, another nice little trip down memory lane, much like the Buzz Lightyear cup. I had this toy, and obviously it was lost in the fire, so it's not this exact toy. But yeah, still very cool to have this, and very cool to have the book. I have them sitting on my shelf, and again, like I said, just very nice sentimental value and a nice trip down memory lane to find this stuff. So I was very happy to finally have this back. Definitely brings me back to those times as a kid where I would make my dinosaur talk to all my other toys. Actually, before I had a Toy Story Rex, this is who I would use as Rex, so I would have this dinosaur talking to my Buzz and Woody. That was very funny. And then this was something that I got ordered by one of my parents for Christmas, the John Moxley book, Mox. Very excited to read this. Just came in yesterday, so very excited to sit down and start reading that. I was very interested as soon as it was announced. I read the Young Bucks wrestling autobiography, and I thought it was really good, so I wanted to obviously check out John Moxley's autobiography when it came out. Got it for Christmas, and it's here. So yeah, very nice. I love the cover art for it, and I'm excited to, like I said, jump in and read it. Anyways, let's hop back to Funko Pops. I think I've made a decision on which pair I'm going to talk about first. Although I do want to I don't want to spoil the other two either, so I kind of want to move those down here. There we go. That way they're out of shot, although some of you guys might have already guessed what they are. But yeah, these two are a pair. It is from the movie Mandy. So we've got Red Miller and Mandy herself. I've actually never seen this movie, but all of the clips and GIFs and pictures that I've seen of it, it just makes it look like some wild fever dream. And obviously the Funko Pops themselves look very nice with the multicolored eyes on Mandy. And then obviously Red Miller, played by the great Nicolas Cage, looks psychotic as ever and has this giant bloody covered sword. I think it looks nice. I saw these both at Walmart. The box on Red Miller is kind of scratched like down there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but honestly I feel like that adds a little bit more detail. Kind of makes it look like he used the sword to try and rip out of the box to go save Mandy, which I think is the plot of the movie. I think she gets like kidnapped or something like that by like some hippies, and then he has to go and kill all of them. It's sort of like John Wick, or no, it's not like John Wick, but it's a very crazy movie from what I've seen from clips and gifs and pictures and stuff like that. So very, very cool to have those in the collection. Maybe it might convince me to watch the movie, and maybe I'll do a casual review on it. Cheap plug for another series that I do. So we're down to the final two, and we have passed the 30-minute mark. My goodness. Like I said, this was a big episode. I'm glad I finally got to recording this. I was originally going to wait a little longer on some other stuff that was coming in the mail, but I was looking at all this stuff sitting in the packaging, and I was like, man, I gotta get this filmed soon. But yes, we're moving on to these final two things. Now, I want to preface this by saying Fortnite has slowly but surely been pulling me back in. Ever since they started Chapter 3, I've been loving how the game has had this new fresh coat of paint. Everyone seems to be enjoying it. You know, people that sort of stopped doing content on YouTube doing Fortnite are kind of slowly going back into it. I've always been a fan of, like, keeping up with the story. You know, I'm subscribed to PlayStation Grenade. I always check out his story videos when it comes to Fortnite. And I love the art style of it, and I love the character designs of it. So obviously, as you guys can probably guess by now, the last two Funko Pops are both from Fortnite. So the first one is actually from Chapter 2. This is Ripley. A very nice figure. It actually came in a protective case, so thank you to the person that I bought this from for the protective case. That looks very nice. But yes, Ripley, a see-through sort of squishy guy, looks very nice. I picked this up obviously just because I like the idea of having the transparent sort of like head with the blob inside. Looks very cool. A very nice design. I actually have a couple more of these from this collection. I have the Loot Llama, I have Tomato Head, I have Leviathan, and I have the Frozen Raven. I don't think I would, maybe Peely. I think I would pick up Peely from this line. I don't know. The way that I would go about collecting Fortnite Funko Pops from now on is like any ones that look cool or any one of them that have like big story connections. So obviously Ripley kind of has a big story connection in terms of like, you know, there's the good version of him, there's the evil version of him, and obviously he just looks really cool. Let's talk about this last one, because also with the return of popularity to Fortnite, we saw another return. One of my favorite YouTubers that did a lot of Fortnite videos, his name is Ceeday, Ceeday, and I've always loved his editing style when it came to Fortnite videos. I watched a lot of his videos before that, specifically some of the Friday the 13th, the game videos, but he took like 2 years off from uploading, and he said it was because Fortnite seemed crap. Which, I mean, to be fair, yeah, it definitely did fall off the spectrum. Got overtaken by Among Us, and also, like he talks about in his video, overtaken by real-world events. But with the start of Chapter 3, he decided to come back, do a video, got me binge-watching a buttload of his videos again, reminded me of how great his editing style is, and it convinced me to pick up the Raptor Funko Pop. Now, funny story about this. I actually didn't buy this one. There was actually one that I bought off of Mercari that was like $1. It was out of the box, which I was fine with. I mean, I display all this stuff out of the box anyways. But it was $1. It was the Raptor Funko Pop, and then it was also like some mystery mini figure of like Iron Man. And I was like, cool, I'll buy it. And so I bought it, and then like a couple days later I checked, I got an email that said that the purchase had been canceled and that my money had been refunded. I don't know why the person decided to cancel not selling it to me. It was very weird, but yeah, I ended up just finding this one online, which was also for a very cheap price, and I ended up buying it. So yeah, I have the Raptor / C-Day Funko Pop to kind of commemorate one of my favorite Fortnite YouTubers and just YouTubers in general. Again, love his editing style. Love that he at least came back for this one video. For now, I don't think he'll be that consistent with uploading still, obviously. But I'm interested to see what he does next in terms of uploading. I know I really liked his, like I said, Friday the 13th, the game videos. Doubt he'll be doing any of those, really. But I also really liked his Minecraft videos. He had the same editing style in there with like all the funny cuts and sound bites and stuff like that. So hopefully maybe he does a lot more of that. But yes, this is a very nice Funko Pop, a very good one to add to the collection, like I said, to commemorate one of my favorite YouTubers. I would say kind of what other Fortnite Funko Pops I would be interested in getting. Where do we have them on here? Bright Bomber. Bright Bomber is definitely one. She's one that has a lot of like story connection. And Drift. Bright Bomber and Drift would probably be, and Peely. Bright Bomber, Drift, and Peely would probably be the other two Fortnite Funko Pop ones that I'm interested in getting at the moment. But I don't know. We'll see what other stuff gets announced down the line. But that is the end of this episode of the Collection Corner. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of this episode. Look at all this stuff. Just look at this. I do this all the time, seemingly. But look at all this stuff packed up in the corner. And look, you see the infinite versions of yourself. Whoa. Oh my god, that is actually very, very sickening. But yeah, there is a buttload of stuff here that now I get to put up somewhere in the collection over here. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.